I won't get into too many details about what went on in Gaza and what I experienced. But first of all, I just want to commemorate my commander, who's actually Shavit's brother, Ariel Ben Moshe. He was my MP for a year and 2 months in Sayeret Tzנחnim, and he was too good for us, so they pulled him to Sayeret Matkal, and he led by example and not by commanding people to do something. If he needed you to do it, he would do it himself, and you would follow. So I just want to commemorate him before we move on to Yom HaAtzmaut. Ariel Ben Moshe, we miss you, and Tagibor. So I just want to kind of introduce Nevut and what my role is and how I came upon this amazing organization. So I've been blessed to be a chapter leader in the West Coast. And how I came about Nevut is I came back from Gaza after serving 50 days in the reserves in 551. It's a reserve unit with Sayarot and Commando. And we served 50 days in northern Gaza. And I think even before this war, coming back to regular life here in America after my service was pretty difficult, but post October 7th, I think it's become much more challenging, and you know, I realized that I needed to take care of my mental health, and I started seeing a therapist and realized that these sessions cost so much per person, and I wondered how these other lone soldiers are even funding it, and how are they getting care, because there's no other organization. I reached out to many organizations, and there's no organization that takes care of us when we come back from Israel. And I've happened to find Ari Abramowitz, which is the head of Nevut, and he kind of guided me and sent me different contacts to reach out to and kind of get me into the system and really be a part of this family and community. And what Nevut's really all about is not about the heads of the organization and things like that. It's more about taking care of the lone soldiers, and it's an organization run by lone soldiers. And we know what's best for us, and I think it's very important that we understand that there are wounds that you can physically see, and there are wounds that you cannot see that are still there. And we have a lot of lone soldiers coming back with those invisible wounds, and we need to treat them. And so as an organization, we have different events, communal events, because coming back here, you have your original friends from America that you went to high school with and middle school with, but when you have a conversation with them, you feel a disconnect from them a little bit. Not saying they're less of your friend, you can't connect to them on a way that you connect to other fellow lone soldiers. And so I think building a community that Nevut does for us makes us feel at home. Even when we're at home, we don't feel at home. And without these community events, I don't think we would feel and have an easy way of acclimating back to society. So I just wanted to thank this beautiful organization for letting me be a part of it. And thank you to the Sassoon family for hosting this amazing event. And I just wanted to bring up an upcoming event that we're doing in a few months. We are hosting a retreat in the Malibu Mountains, Santa Monica, Malibu area for about 15 very post-traumatic soldiers, lone soldiers that moved back from Israel after the war. And we're doing a 5-day retreat with yoga, therapists, horseback riding. And B'ezrat Hashem, we can raise these funds to help these guys get the treatment they need and help Nevut grow and succeed at getting more Chayalim Bodedim. And if any of you know a Chayal Boded that came back from Israel and needs our help, please, al ta'asasu, reach out, and we will get him the help he needs. Thank you guys.